Hey, gang, good evening, good evening, good evening. So, hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a great week so far. So, we're going to go over the list of non roster invitees that the Yankees have been inviting to spring training this year. Have invited spring training. It's 25 guys in non roster team right now. Obviously, it'll probably go up to go along with the 40 man as well. And over the course of the spring, they'll make their cuts in due time and come up with their final 20, 40 and 26. But um, I'm going to put this up so you can see it. So we're going to go through this. These are right now the 2024 non-roster invitees for the Yankees. So Greg Allen, who they got in last week, outfielder. And then they've got um, Josh Bro, a catcher. Then they've got Nick Birdie, right-handed pitcher. Yuri De Los Santos, right-handed pitcher. Jeter Downs, an infielder who came back to the Yankees, cleared waivers. Caleb Durbin, an infield prospect. JC Escar, who's the Cuban catcher that they got, or slash utility. And or him. Joey Gerber, who's a right-handed pitcher. Luis Gonzalez, outfielder. And you got Oscar Gonzalez, who's the guy that they claimed off Cleveland. Then they faded him, and he came back. He cleared waivers, so potential clutch hitter in the outfield as well. But with a cannon for an arm. Chase Hampton, one of the top Yankees pitching prospects, right-handed pitcher. Spencer Jones, top outfield prospect. Brandon Lockridge, another great outfield prospect. Anthony Masevich, left-handed pitcher. Odainier Mosqueda, left-handed pitcher. Ben Rice, catcher, also platoons as first baseman as well. Jose Rojas, who's a utility player, field outfield. TJ Rumsfeld, an infield prospect. Dennis Santana, right-handed pitcher. Kevin Smith, an infielder. Luis Torrens, that's 1, 2, 3. That's the fourth catcher that's going to be there. Tanner Tully, a left-handed pitcher. Dwayne Underwood Jr., right-handed pitcher. Josh Van Meter, infield prospect. Art Warren, right-handed pitcher, and Will Warren, the top Yankees pitching prospect. So that's right now. Those are the 2024 non-roster invitees to spring training by the New York Yankees. And shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. My apologies. Jonathan's here. JJ's here. Aiden's here. Stephen B. What is good? What is good? Let's hit those like buttons, gang. If you don't mind, we'll try to get those likes up as quickly as we can. Try to get us high. I want to see if we can break a record and get to 100 likes before 15 minutes or something like that. If we can, we'll see if it's possible, or before 20 minutes. No, Caleb Durbin is fast. Yes, he is. He's got speed. So, yeah. And Joseph, what's happening, man? Diver JC too. Having Cortez and Rodon bouncing back would be. Yes, it would be. Yes, it would be. Peanuts in the house. If the Yankees get another starter, which starter would I want to go to the pen? I personally, Nestor Cortez, and I think he'd be a perfect long relief guy. I worry about his ability to stay healthy, and he'd be a good spot starter, long reliever, so on and so forth. So I think he'd be best positioned. I think Clark Schmidt's still building. Nestor Cortez had trouble when his innings went up. I think he could be a fantastic short relief, unless they go for a six-man rotation, which I'd be fine with too. But I do think a guy like Will Warren's probably going to put himself in a spot to win the fifth starter spot. So, it's a good problem to have. This pitching depth. It's the first time they've had this in a while. So, and I know some fans are, upset. They didn't add. They tried to add more. They tried to go front line, right? With Yamamoto, he wasn't interested. Tried to go Snell, turned him down too. So they tried to get the two top guys, and then he pivoted after that. Why should they have to wait anyway? Snell still doesn't have an offer. So I'm not going to come back to him and pay double now. Why would I do that? And again, Corbin Burns signed with the trade. Trade to the Orioles. That's a big trade by the Orioles. That'll make the AL East harder, but that doesn't make the Yankees offseason any less successful. So, and again, it sounded that they wanted Spencer Jones and Chase Hampton. I would have been probably willing to give up Chase Hampton and some other guys, but not him and Spencer Jones. Not 1 and 3. The impact that the 1 and 3 would have had on the Yankees is different than the impact those other players could have with the Orioles. So, I don't care what the ranking is on the Baseball America's top 100. That doesn't matter. So, Spencer Jones is projected to be a top Yankee player. So, and I hope he can. I hope he, winds up being that. Just that, I want him and Jason Dominguez to turn into stars. I really, really, really do. But right now, I mean, MLB Channel, Joseph, what's happening? Um, Chase Hampton's got one of the best fastballs in the system, and Warren is probably the most complete pitcher they have in the system. So, it's going to be it's going to be a good. I think it's going to be a good, exciting spring. We'll have some pleasant surprises there. And like Andy Martino is even reporting and predicting or projecting that the Yankees are going to trade for another starting pitcher during spring training. Who I don't know. I don't know, but I don't. I'm over Corbin Burns to the Orioles. No point in complaining about it now. Pointless. And and again, I would not have given up Spencer Jones and Chase Hampton for him. I would not have done it. But that doesn't mean he made a mistake either. He has to do his thing with the Orioles now. And is he going to go to free agency next year? I would have guessed it. If he makes free agency, I expect the Yankees to be running him, but I also expect the Orioles to try to prevent them from going to free agency by offering him a big deal. So, but again, you got to live in Baltimore for that. So, I don't know if he wants to do that. We'll see. We'll see. He seems to be excited, so good for him, right? But that's, and there's some other talks too. This is JD. By the time he fills out, he'll be stronger, and I expect his fastball will be touching 100. Who you referring to, JC? Who you referring to? I wouldn't call Carlos the bum. There's no. What's the point for that? Yeah, we don't know that he'll be able to cross over. He showed up in much better shape this offseason. He was out of shape, in my opinion, last offseason. He looks good right now. So does Mr. Cortez. And there's a reason to be excited. And like there's a lot of chatter going on, right? Like there's a lot of chatter about Gio Urshela. Like, and I think one of the main reasons why Yankees Twitter and Yankees YouTube is like going crazy is because if you've seen Gleyber Torres YouTube channel, The Glayway, he's over there training with Gleyber Torres. He's good friends with him. Gleyber Torres and Oswaldo Cabrera and like Aaron Judge and some of those guys. He's training with them in Tampa, hitting balls in the cages and stuff like that. So there's a lot of speculation that he can come back here. But where would he fit here? What position would he play? That's the key. He's 32 years old. He's a good defender, average bat, like actually a great defender. But is he the same player? I don't know. And he may have his run here, but now if they get him, they get him. But who are they going to get rid of? Who are they going to sit to play him? And who is he an upgrade over? Is the other question. So I understand all the chatter around Gio Urshela, but they need pitching more than they need another starting pitcher more than they need Gio Urshela. With all the infield depth that they already have, and just like they don't need Blake Snell now either, not at that price. He turned down 25 a year. Now he's going to cost 50. Why would we say, yeah, you know what, you rejected us outright, we're going to give you double now? Why in the world would they do that? Why? So if they do it, I don't agree with it, but that's not my money. It's not my team. So, we'll see what they do, but I don't see the point. Carlos Lagrange, you got Henry Lane also, 6'7" lefty. Like we have some pretty big pitching prospects, pretty big guys. So, and I agree, Jonathan. Not only Dominguez will not be rushed, he shouldn't be rushed. Got to make sure he's recovered properly from Tommy John. That's why I wouldn't have him in the field just yet. I would let the other guys, Oscar Gonzalez and the Spencer Joneses, do their thing in spring training and see if anyone can come into. You also have Trent Grisham, you have Alex Verdugo. Like there's plenty of depth. So, I don't know why people think Dominguez is just going to be handed the job when he's ready to go. To me, he's got to earn it back again. Nothing to take away from his exciting 2 weeks last year, but that's all it was, 2 weeks. I think he's got to earn that again. But that's just me, though. That's just me. But what do you think, gang? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Gio Urshela? Almaraz, what's good? What is good? Benji, Benji, Dave H, what's happening? Good evening. Anthony Brasamano, what's good, bro? Stephen B. Aiden, the whole crew's up in here. The whole the strike zone in the field. There he is. There he is. Every time he comes on here in front of the train. That's right, man. I was doing my workout earlier outside. NFE's doing his training tonight. Getting fit, man. We're getting better. Every day you do something good. Every day you do something, every day you get better. Urshela or Kemp? Neither. I'll stick with what we have. Benji. Neither. What do you guys think? And gals. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up to the comments here. Stanley, man, I appreciate that. I think it's important for us to be informed on as much information as we possibly can, right? That way it minimizes, and I'm not saying it's not good to have an opinion, but I'd rather have a opinion based on good information than an opinion based on bad information. You know what I mean? So, but I appreciate that, Stanley. I'm going to continue to do that. Whether it's good or bad, I want you to know what the deal is. No. Yeah, I mean, if the Orioles can't sign Corbin Burns, if he doesn't want to go there, then the Yankees have a shot, and they wouldn't have to give up any prospects for him. But he'll get a qualifying offer, no doubt about that. But he's a guy worth, forking up a qualifying offer for. I'd take him over Snell. I really would. So, well, the Orioles will have the money too, Brandon. I mean, they have new ownership, two billionaires, two very wealthy billionaires. So I expect them to be a little bit more aggressive in free agency. Not insane, but I expect them to be a little bit more aggressive in free agency. I expect their payroll to go up a little bit, and I can see that. So, and now they're run by competent people. They will be run by competent people. Angelos did not really do the Orioles justice over there. So that's one reason why Corbin Burns is excited now. And he's in a team that wants him now. I mean, he has a fractured relationship. That was a messy divorce with the Brewers, unfortunately. And they did him dirty, it looks like. So, and it is what it is. So it looks like the Orioles will have every chance to do his thing. The Orioles have every chance to lock him up and secure his services for the next whatever years, 6, 7, 8 years, whatever. So, right, Joe Brown? Joseph Salvatore, what's happening? The consigliere is in the house. He's in the building. The Prime Minister of Texas. The Prime Minister. Yeah, let's try to get them likes up. Let's try to get the likes over 100. Anybody hasn't hit that like button yet, just hit that thumbs up if you don't mind. It's always helpful. Maz is in the house, the 4-train CWE. He's got a much better swing than Gallo. Why are you not high on Jones? He doesn't really have a Gallo swing. He's got a difference. He's a more complete hitter than Gallo is. Gallo was. Shane Bieber or Cease. I mean, if they're gonna, Bieber would be easier to get, Benji, but we'll see. We definitely will see what they do. If Jones suck at spring training, he's not selling. You never know. You never know. I don't think anybody's expecting Jones to start anyway. I think a good progression for Jones would be to start the season in AAA. To do, show what he can do in spring training, get some good practice, some good training, some good reps, learn and develop, and start the year at AAA. I do think he could be up here by the summertime, but we'll see. We'll see, Maybe you can get Soto on first base. Yeah, I mean, maybe. You know, yeah, Harper. I mean, and Harper's going to be the permanent first baseman now for the Phillies. So you never know. You never know. Yeah, it's too early to tell. CWE who's going to start over who. I think Verdugo's going to get every chance to start. Verdugo's already up in the majors. Jones is not. He still has to get up there. Jones. Yeah, Volpe didn't suck. You know, we heard. See, we heard that from a lot of people, but you know, this is why it's important to be informed. He was, 2020 player his first year and a Gold Glover. I'll take that for a rookie. He had a better rookie year than Jeter had, or close to it. So, and I will be, any progress he can make from this year to last year to this year, I'll take it. I'll take it. Benji, I don't know if you can trade for a rise in their pitcher. Who would we give up is the question. Well, you on base percentage and bat last year, CBA. Uh, that's a rookie. He's still learning. Okay, Verdugo could hit 20 home runs. Yeah, he could, Peter. Yes, he definitely could. I don't think it'll be Luis Castillo, Fortran, honestly, only because he makes 23 million a year. Well, I mean, if he is, then so be it. But I would still try to go for one of those younger control starters from the Mariners or the Marlins. But if it's Castillo, then it's Castillo. He would cost less than Snell. He'll cost less than Burns, and he's got 5 years left on his deal. So he would be employed by the Yankees for a shorter period of time than Burns would be and Snell would be. So there's a couple ways looking at it. So if you want to look at it that way, that's a good way to look at it too, Fortrain. But if they get him, they get him. If can he stay good? I mean, I hope so. I hope so. Now you're gonna have me thinking about Luis Castillo, Fortrain. No, that's not his rookie season. I'm talking about his full rookie season, not the abbreviated one. CWA. I'm talking about the full season. Yeah, Volpe, yes, exactly, Jake Boss. He's teachable, he's coachable, and he's willing to, and he puts in the work. He's a hard worker. So, you know, yeah, but I don't really, Corbin Burns is good, but uh, the Yankees didn't make a mistake overpaying for him for 1 year, Burns, despite what some people say. Volpe only had 209, but 20 home runs, 20 steals, 60 runs, 60 RBIs. Yeah, Peter, good sample size and a Gold Glove. 15 defensive runs saved, a rookie record for the Yankees. So, Richard, I would not offer Snell or Montgomery a 1 year deal because you're going to have to give up 2 draft picks and international money for 1 year of their services. So, I wouldn't do it. Either one, Richard. Honestly, I wouldn't do either one. A 1 year deal. But that's just me. That's just me. Same to you, Kenneth, man. Appreciate that. I think the Yankees are going to move Torres for. I mean, Kenneth, if they're going to move a player for a pitcher, Gleyber Torres would be the best player to get a pitcher with, even as part of a package or whatnot. He's the most, tradable Yankees with the most value. So, but what would they do? It depends on the pitcher. Is it a pitcher with controllable years, and then the money you save with Gleyber Torres, you can go out and get another position player, just for offensive depth. You could that way. You could do that. So, but I think the Yankees definitely would like to keep Gleyber Torres at this point, keep that bat in the lineup. But depending on who they can trade him for or get in trade is, I am less what do you call less convinced that the Yankees are going to move Torres now. I really do, but they can, and they like everybody knows he has the most trade value. So if the right offer comes along, if it's him and prospects or whatever, they got to consider it. Albert, I'm with you too. I think Verdugo is going to do well as a Yankee. You put him in the bottom half of the lineup. Let him hit doubles left and right. Let him hit doubles left and right and make good plays in the outfield. I am happy with that all day. So, do you think the players will turn on umpires so bad? Jacob, that's a good question. Maybe, maybe. I mean, we don't have robot umps here in the major, so you know. And I know that there's a lot less patience for talk back from the players, but like their calls are bad. The calls are bad. I mean, the players should be able to speak up. I'm excited for Yorbit Vivas too. It's another potentially good infielder. It's too early, CWE, to tell. It's too early for that. He's going to make adjustments and he'll get better. And I don't really, I don't expect him to be the next Jeter. I expect him to be Anthony Volpe. So, and whatever we get, we get. Jeter's a Hall of Famer. It's really hard to compare a rookie to a Hall of Famer. That's why I don't compare Jason Dominguez to Mickey Mantle. I think it's a ridiculous comparison. So, do I remember Bubba Craw? Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember. Would I try to trade Torres and DJ? No. I mean, if you can move Torres for pitching, depending on you can get him, I wouldn't move DJ. Yeah, say a four train too. Like, yeah, if you can get Kirby from the Mariners or Logan Gilbert from the Mariners, or Edward Cabrera from the Marlins, that would be a heck of a get for the Yankees. That's for sure. Yeah, he had a good amount of home runs to the opposite field too. So, he had two hitting coaches last year. Now he's got James Rosen, who's going to be, a lot bit more crafted towards the hitting styles of the players. So I think the offense is going to be in good shape with James Rosen and with the guys that they have here, working off each other, feeding off each other, balancing each other in the lineup. It's going to be a hell of a lot. There's going to be a lot more RBI opportunities for the batters. So there's going to be a lot more RBI opportunities for them, which I'm looking forward to very much. So, yes, he did, Billy. Volpe had a great rookie season. I'll take it. I don't care if he didn't win Rookie of the Year. So what? And he also, I think there was a lot of pressure put on him too last year because he needed to kind of carry the offense with him and Judge when he was there and Torres were when the rest of the offense was awful. So I think there was some pressure on him too, which is one reason why I think he probably tried to swing for the fences more often than not. But now he doesn't have to do that this year. He's in a better position. I would not trade for Robbie Ray. Oh God, no, Benji. For what? He was just traded to the Giants from the Mariners about a month ago or so. I forget Robbie Ray. No, heck no. Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing. Returning champion rate. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like if Jordan Montgomery doesn't go back there, right? Let's just say, then they're going to be relying on a healthy Jacob deGrom and a healthy Max Scherzer who had surgery. So, just like the Yankees are relying on a healthy Rodon and a healthy Nestor Cortez, the Rangers are relying on their top pitchers too. And a lot of teams are relying on their top pitchers. It's not only the Yankees that are relying on guys to either get healthy or have a rebound. The Rangers are too. They paid all that money, like $185 million for Jacob deGrom, and he didn't really pitch for them. Tommy John surgery. So, Yankees trade off. I don't know, you seen, but it wasn't what they asked for. I mean, apparently they wanted Spencer Jones and Chase Hampton and then more. I said, forget that. Forget that. Yeah. We'll see. I appreciate that, Fortran. I'd say the same to you. And NFE in the strike zone. You guys put out consistent, great, accurate, honest content. You guys are level-headed. You bring perspective and common sense to go along with your knowledge. So I am inspired by you guys. So, and without your hard work, I wouldn't be where I'm at either. So I thank you. I thank you too, bro. Really do. Much love to you and NFE, man. Seriously. Thank you, bro. I like the Caleb Ferguson trade. Yes, I do. They had another good lefty reliever. Induces a lot of ground balls. He throws hard. Low strikeouts. I mean, low walks, high strikeouts. So I like it. Am I playing Immaculate Grid? What's that, Joe? What is Immaculate Grid? I don't know what that is. Yeah, Volpe will be fine, Consigliere. Exactly, dude. Exactly. Bellinger hype, Montgomery hype. Yeah, look, they don't have. Scott Boras misread the market, in my opinion, for those two guys and Matt Chapman and Blake Snell. I mean, we are a week away from pitchers and catchers, and Scott Boras's top four clients don't have a job yet. It's crazy. That's just why I don't see the point in the Yankees having to do a desperate pivot because the Orioles got Corbin Burns. I don't give a damn if Orioles got Corbin Burns. Let them get Corbin Burns. Doesn't mean go pay double for Blake Snell. What the heck? Why would they do that? No way. No. Braves, yeah, I mean they're one of the favorites to be in the World Series again like they were last year. When they struggled last year, they got beat up by Diamondbacks and some other teams, but like still, they have a well. They added Chris Sale, they added Jared Kelenic, so they've added some pieces too. So I think the Braves are going to be just as formidable as ever, and I think the Phillies are going to be good too. I think the Mets are going to be better, and they're in discussions right now with JD Martinez. So like another consistent bat, and he's a good bat. Jaden Martinez is a consistent hitter. He's got the clutch gene. I'm looking for MLBTradeRumors.com just to see if anything happens happen right now because I want to check it out. Let's see. No. All right. No. Oh, the Astros signed Jose Altuve to a 5-year extension. 5 years, $125 million. Look at that. 25 per year. So they've locked up Altuve. He's gonna be forever an Astro. Look at that. Yeah, I agree. Strike zone. I think they'll let Torres and Verdugo walk, especially if they have good years. And they'll both get QOs. The Yankees will get 4 draft picks back. They'll get $2 million in international money, which they can add to their international, pool, and get more guys, more high end guys too. So they'll be in a good position, be in a good position. So Torres in a contract year, Verdugo's in a contract year, even Soto. I expect these guys to be good. I expect them to be good. So, and Vivas too, Jonathan. Exactly, Yorba Vivas. He's ready to take over as a second baseman. Once Gleyber Torres leaves, and he's a good prospect. Speedy, athletic lefty hitter. Yep, yep. And I'm with you too, Billy. Teams have gotten used to what do you call it, Boris. And they're not biting, taking his bait all the time, which is good. So they might not exercise Rizzo's option for 2025. Torres Verdugo walks, they can re-sign Soto. Yeah, probably, probably. And you know what? They re-sign Soto. I mean Verdugo. They have plenty of other. They replaced Verdugo with Dominguez or Spencer Jones, right? And they replaced Rizzo with one of their first basemen. DJ could play first base in the meantime, unless they're going to try to sign Munetaka Murakami. But I don't know. He plays first base and third base. So we got 71 likes. All right, let's try it. We need 29 likes to get over 100, gang. Let's try to get over 100 if we can. So yeah, exactly. Yankees talk. I mean, I give it all the time. People spend so much time blaming Cashman. Like I said yesterday, the Yankees could have brought in Snell. They could have brought in Hader, traded for Otani, or signed Otani, got Yamamoto, and those people would be complaining that the Yankees didn't do enough to fortify the bench. They find a way to blame Cashman. They have nothing better to do at their time. Really, nothing better to do at the time. But it is what it is, you know. And you're right. There are other decision makers above him. Absolutely right. Yankees talk. Does he do it great all the time? No. We are not afraid to admit that. Has he made his mistakes? Yes. But Is it smart to give him or decent to give him credit when it's due? Yeah, I think so. No, yeah, Correa, Jeremy Pena. I mean, Peter. Yeah, Jeremy Pena's. He's got a future over there with the Astros. So yeah, well, exactly. Ben Rice too, Jonathan. Exactly. They have guys here, and that's if Ben Rice plays well, and he's ready. I could see him being a legitimate replacement for Anthony Rizzo too. 100%. That's a great one, Jonathan. Hmm. Hampton, Chase Hampton. More. It's going to be. I mean, Hampton and Warren and these guys. It's going to be interesting to see and exciting to see these guys in spring training. Really do. I don't know, Nelson Cruz. The White Sox will have to lower their asking price. I don't. Chase Hampton and Spencer Jones is crazy for Dylan Cease, my opinion, but we'll see. So, oh yeah, they're going to re-sign Soto, CWE. They're going to re-sign Soto. No. Well, that's why Johnny TD. That's why they have Luke Weaver as roving depth. That's why they have these other guys, Warren, Hampton, and Beater too. They have guys that could step up. And Luke Weaver is, he's a swing man too, so they have some um, depth there, and it's good to have these prospects here as well. Which is we haven't had this many pitching depth in a while. So JJ, why would Soto go to the Mets? If that's what you're saying. Why would he go from the Yankees to the Mets? Peter, Ruben Odor was actually a pretty clutch hitter for the Yankees. Didn't hit high average, but he had a lot of big hits and big home runs for the Yankees. So, and he brought this toughness to the team. Gallo, his he was a great hitter before he came here, and you know, and fans were begging him to bring in Gallo. When he did, it didn't work out. Other fans and content creators took ownership of it, right? So certain things work out, some things don't. Gallo didn't work. We move on, and Odor, not flashy, but it was impactful while he was here. So, but again, they're no longer here. I'm high on Warren too. He's young. These kids have to have a chance to develop. But again, like you look, I mean, look what the Rays have done. Look what the Orioles have done, right? And the Braves with young pitchers, the Rays, the Orioles, like I've seen the Dodgers with young pitchers. The Yankees are doing the same thing. Houston Astros with young pitchers. The Yankees are doing something similar now. So, and it's good to see. It's good. Yeah, well, exactly, exactly, Billy. Yeah, yeah, 100%. JJ, loyalty to any team is all about money, and he happens to be playing for the most valuable franchise in all baseball now. So, yeah. The Yankees want him. Nobody's going to outbid them. Nobody. Not even Uncle Steve. Yoendris Gomez, another one. Luis Hill. So, yeah, the Yankees have some. You know, CW. You got a crush on Volpe? You keep talking about him. You got a man crush on him? Mexican Austin Barnes. You know what? I could see the Giants signing Snell. I could see the Angels signing Snell. But the Yankees are the only team that would have to pay double. And they were the only team that gave him an offer, and they rejected it immediately. So that's why I don't go back. Peace. Peace. All right. Yankees Braves World Series 2024. That would be crazy. It'd be awesome, but it'd be crazy. Team not serious about winning, always worried about luxury tax. So really, they're the only team over the Cohen threshold. They're over the luxury tax every single year. The Cohen threshold was just put in place last year. So There's Pope. Who's been busier than the Yankees this offseason? So, and what would in your opinion, what would make them serious about winning? They have to trade for Cease or Bieber and trade for Classy or Williams. You know how much that would. I mean, it's how much prospects they'd have to give up for that. And does that guarantee the World Series? No. You know, the they've already added 4 relievers. So, as it nice as it would be to get a Classy or a Devin Williams, it's not mandatory. They'll be fine without them. You know, I have friends that work for the Yankees. I don't say that, Jason Bailey. I know people that work for the Yankees. Yes, but I don't claim to have sources and inside sources like other channels do. Claim to do. If I want a source that wants to leak some information, I'll just have the source on here and let the person leak it so that he or she can get credit for it. I'm not going to take credit for their reporting. Why not add more pitching? They've tried to do that, Pope. Have you been following? Dodgers didn't add more pitching and hitting, fix all. They didn't fix all their needs. No, Otani's not even going to pitch this year. Dustin May, they signed Clayton Kershaw today, but he's not going to pitch until August. Dustin May's on the 60-day AL. Tony Gonsolin on the 60-day AL. Walker Buehler's coming off Tommy John. They traded for what's his name? Tyler Glasnow. He hasn't thrown 100 more than 120 innings, and they added Yamamoto. So I would rather have the Yankees rotation right now than the Dodgers rotation. Hope. Did you know all that stuff about the Dodgers rotation? You know, I'm not saying the Dodgers weren't busy. The Dodgers and the Yankees have been the most busy teams this offseason. There's no doubt about that. But they still have needs too. Like Tyler Talbot, yeah, another starter would help them most definitely. Poor Stoner, man. No, he's not actually. They're in the top 10. Steinbrenners. Count pennies. Yeah, it's funny how you say that when they have the highest payroll in baseball. You do know they're financing their own stadium, right? Without public funding. Hmm. Did a whole breakdown of that on the channel too. They have multiple partners that they have to answer to and make sure that everybody's getting their fair share. And do you also know, JD, that the Yankees give out more money in revenue sharing than any other team in baseball does every single year? And the teams that are owned by billionaires, like the A's and some of these other teams, don't spend the money that they get from teams like the Yankees on players and making their team better. They spend it on luxury jets and luxury suites and blah blah blah. See, if you don't want to talk about that, they talk about penny pinching and all this stuff. The Yankees give about $100 million a year in revenue sharing, free money to other teams who don't use the money to make their team better. And they have no choice. That's part of the CW. That's part of baseball. They do it. They have to. Did you know that? Dodgers rotation is like 4. Really? Who? Otani is good, not an ace. Yamamoto hasn't proven himself in the majors. Walker Buehler is good. What are they? Kershaw. And when you say when healthy, when are they healthy? So, this is what I'm talking about, Pope. And again, I'm not handing the World Series trophy to the Dodgers just yet. Other people might, but I'm not doing it. I'm not handing it to the Yankees either. But, I don't care what the Yankees did what they need. The Dodgers did what they needed. That's it. And made the best teams win. I don't care. I mean, I don't care that the Yankees didn't get Yamamoto. Don't care at all. Democracy. I think Verdugo's probably going to play left. I think Soto's going to play right, and I think Judge is going to play center. But we'll see. The Soto is better in right field defensively. Verdugo's very good left. He's very good in left field, and plus they have that much more spacious left field. That he's better covering ground. And Judge said he wanted to play center field, so that's my guess. But we'll see if that actually happens. So, oh yeah, and they got Big Maple too. Exactly, Peter. They got James Paxton too. Cashman doesn't know how to add the right type of player. Oh, really? He added Juan Soto, didn't he? Hmm. He added enough. There isn't a team in the American League that's improved more than the Yankees. No. What's Yankees' excuses? Nobody's making excuses. The Yankees tried players, and the Dodgers had to defer money too. They deferred 98% of Otani's contract. What's their excuse for that? You asking them that? So the Yankees don't make excuses. People come here and think that we're making excuses for them. They're not. We're not. Why did the Dodgers have to defer that money for Otani? Why couldn't they give it to him? Yankees don't need to do that. So the Dodgers make profits too, and the Yankees are the most valuable franchise in baseball. Just like the Dodgers make profits and revenue every year, just like the Mets do, just like the Red Sox, just like the Cubs. They all make profit. The Astros, the Phillies, they make profits and revenues every year. Worried about luxury tax. Well, not they also worried about stupid overspends. Like, you know, I'll give you an example. Blake Snell. They offered him $150 million before they went over the Cohen threshold, right? The Cohen threshold just started last year, and the Mets exceeded it. It did not work for them, so they don't really have a success model to work off of. But why would the Yankees pay double for a player who turned them down already? In what world is that good logic? Right? Yeah, Tyler. Yeah, I mean, and we could say that for a lot of teams too about spending. A lot of teams don't spend. Like the Mets didn't spend wisely last year. Wisely, it didn't work. So, but you know, there's an argument that the Yankees have not spent wisely too. They've done a combination of wise and not wise. You know, he. Yeah, I mean, Spencer Jones' ceiling is really high right now. So we'll see. He's got to deliver just like the rest of them do. So oh really? I mean, what, the luxury tax hasn't existed for 35 years. So what exactly do you know? Exactly, Daniel. Not spending money you get from the luxury. Yes, the Yankees pay revenue sharing, and the teams are not required to spend the money on players and making the team better. That should be, you know, punishable. Exactly. You know, if they don't spend the money on players, then they should have to give the money back or lose a draft pick, lose your first round draft pick, or do something like that. So, like, you know, Yankees give out $100 million a year of their revenue, of their profits in revenue sharing. So you have to cut $100 million off right off the revenue sharing. I mean, right off the profits, right off the top from that every day, because that's just reality. Yeah, I don't think Demox Ramirez. I don't think anybody's going to sign Barrow at this point. There's still court cases and accusers and all this stuff going on. So um, I don't think that's going to happen. I honestly don't think any team is going to sign him. You know, Oh, hell no. I would not leave the Bronx for Las Vegas. Never in a million years. Jonathan, it definitely has to change. We realize New York City's like a million times richer than Vegas, right? A million times more valuable too. But Las Vegas essentially is strip. But whatever. Carlos, what's good? You keep saying, Pope, why Yankees? Who's saying they're worried? Who's telling you this? They're not saying it. Are other content creators and beat writers telling you this? Who's feeding you that line? Because we're not hearing it from the Yankees. It's stupid business to give somebody double at this point when he's turned them down. That's a bad business move. Or reacting just because Baltimore signed or traded for Corbin Burns, then we got to go sign Blake Snell for double the amount of money. On what logic and what planning is that good logic? It's terrible baseball logic, terrible business logic. Why would they do that? All right, Jace Pierre, what's up, man? Yeah, I think I mean a good development year from Jones. I do think I want to see him. What do you call it? I want to see him force his way out to AAA, and then force play so well in AAA that he's forcing the Yankees to make a spot for him. And that's what I hope so. We don't know yet, TD Johnny. We don't know yet. I have no idea. I don't know, Joe. It's a good question. I'm not sure. Getting an MRI, I don't know. I have no idea. All right, Pope. Whatever you say. They didn't go all in. Okay. Whatever you say. We're gonna stick with reality and facts here. So your grandfather's Brooklyn Dodgers back. That's a team that doesn't care about spending money. Oh, really? Was this a thing back in the day? Luxury tax and pay? No, this didn't exist back in the day. It's can't compare it, JJ. This is true too. This is true too, Demon. 99 likes. We need one more. One more for 100. Yeah, Toby Keith passed. I saw that. Stomach cancer, I think it was. They don't have a $320 million payroll. Pope, but yeah, Johnny. Soto and Judge back to back would be phenomenal. Hey, Pope, which channel are you trolling for? Which propaganda channel are you trolling for? Just curious. Diamondbacks. The Dodgers, they got to get past the Diamondbacks. You're terrible at trolling, Pope. You really are. Well, flaws. You're terrible at putting words in people's mouths. Terrible. Like it's embarrassing, dude. Oh, I know, JJ. Yeah, I had a chalkboard in 2017. Yes, I did. Yeah, I moved on from the chalkboard. That is true, Pope. No, no. Pope, I'd stop now if I were you, dude. Okay? I'd stop now if I were you. I think so, Peter. I think that's about right. For Yankee, it probably gets them in the playoffs. I would agree. Pope's not ready. All right, Demon D. Next time he comes out, I will. Yeah, maybe he's re I know, maybe, JJ. Oh, good lord. Oh, Pope. Now he's spreading more propaganda. Let's go. Mm. He's definitely from the propaganda channel, JJ. Definitely. Oh, boy. Take care of that back, NFE. Take care of that back. He's definitely from that channel. So they should just man up and come up here. Yeah, man up. Yeah, we have to see what happens with the Yankees. We have to see what happens. Now, CW, I'll never do a collab with them. Yeah, you're possibly right. Strike zone. Although I like Dane. I like Dane. CW, I like Dane Huber. He's a good dude. Constantly coming and trolling here. People like Pope, who's, you know, clearly a disciple from that crew. Whatever. Anyone can beat this shit yet. Um, Dane knows his stuff, Diver. He knows his stuff. Yeah, chiropractors. I mean, good chiropractors are helpful. But yeah, I mean, I think it's important to find the right one. Yeah, I don't think so, Johnny. He might be the other side. Might be far right troll, but whatever. Dane is laid back. He's chill, man. Dane is super chill. Yep. But that's what we have right now. I mean, that's the list of the guys that are, well, the non-roster invitees, the 26 guys that are coming. Okay. And if anybody hasn't heard the list, I can go over it again if you want me to. Um, and I can put it back up if you need me to. For those that I haven't heard. But it's a pretty solid list. Pretty solid list. Jack Lantern. Yeah, I think the Yankees are going to be good. I think they're going to be good. Yeah, exactly, Sean Brown. Exactly. Yeah, take care of that back. I mean, it's tough when you roll and you do all like a different time. The back can get beat up, man. The back can get beat up. So got to be careful. We'll see, JJ, if it happens. Well, CJ, definitely the Braves are definitely spending it wisely. That's for sure. Locking up their young kids, securing them. They're doing a great job. Ben Rice, well, I have a good idea in spring training, Anthony, how far he is from the majors. I don't think he's that far. I really don't think he's that far, Ben Rice. So Corbin Carroll's, I would agree he's going to get paid. Now we appreciate you. Appreciate you, Stripping. Yeah, appreciate you, dude. Max Freed, yeah, yeah. Ah, Michigan win. Nice. Nice. Yeah, good chiropractors can definitely help. It can definitely help. So 114 likes. All right. Yeah, I mean Ben Rice hits lefty, but a lefty hitting version of Mike Piazza. Yeah, which I would take. But again, like I don't know, like how well is Austin Wells going to play? Like, can Austin Wells stay catcher and Ben Rice goes to first base? Like, at least the Yankees have options. You know what I mean? So I Diver JC, I get scared about getting my neck adjusted too. It's like, oh man, it's like cracking that is pretty intense. Yeah, Piazza was like a like a 40th round pick almost when they had more rounds than 20, and turned out to be Hall of Fame catcher, one of the best hitting catchers of all time, without a doubt, without a doubt. So 62nd round. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they had lots of rounds back in the day. Just like Tom Brady, he was like a 6th round pick in the NFL. He wasn't even a starter at Michigan. So like, and then he turned into be the greatest of all time. So goodness gracious, yeah. And that's what happens with these guys. Yeah, just be careful, Anafee, with the chiropractor. Because they would have had to pay Johnny T. They would have had to pay 12 million for him. He cost 6, but they'd have to pay 12 because they're over the cone threshold. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there. Backs, just, that's a tricky area. The back. Got to make sure that your hips are loose, and there's a lot of things that sometimes need to trigger the core and engage the core before doing anything. Like sometimes I have to do that, like core strength in the lower back and the abdominals before I do any other types of functional exercises. Sometimes you got to trigger the core because it'll help the rest of the exercises function a little bit more effectively. So it really depends on what you can do, like what you need and what works. So Joe Brown, I would not be surprised if Blake Snell went to the Red Sox. I would not. Now that Theo Epstein's there, I would not be surprised at all. Yes, JJ. At this point, whatever they spend gets doubled. And they would have to offset some salary so that it doesn't get out of control. They already have a $51 million luxury tax bill right now. They're 306, and then the 51, they're at 357 right now. That's what they'd have to pay at the end of the season if it stays that way. And again, but it doesn't matter what the payroll is right now. It matters what it is at the end of the season, and then they base the luxury tax off of that. Diver JC, I use that, but I use more um, rope stretching and active stretching and stuff like that. But I've used the wind up machine that throws my legs out, all the way to the sides because I can do splits. So, but that's it's also you got to make sure that you have flexibility in your back and all these and some other areas too, diver. So, but yeah, I do some other stretching, some active stretching to for mobility and flexibility. You know. 14 million is needs replacement to where? Who wants to take it, JJ? You know, that's the question. Yeah, JJ, like I do a lot more just active rope stretching without any machines. I think it's just a safer way of, increasing your range of motion without compromising strength, without, getting hurt. So, TD, I don't know, man. I don't know if Montgomery's going to stay in Texas. To be honest with you, I don't know. Yeah, did they do it? No, no. Um, I like to work out to Paul Van Dyke, who's a German DJ. Some hardcore trance, hardcore techno music. That's what I generally like to work out to. Um, oh, good. Yeah. So I mean, a jiu-jitsu practitioner has a understanding of your body mechanics and how your back is affected by rolling and do some of the other things. So that's good. Walking is the easiest saving. That's definitely the easiest, JG. That's for sure. Exactly, VCam. And it's not, it is weird and it's not weird, right? By the way, hit the like button if you haven't done that yet, gang. I appreciate it. Um, his four top clients are still unemployed. A week to go. A week to go before pitchers and catchers, and his four top clients are unemployed. So Matt Chapman, Blake Snell, Jordan Montgomery, and Cody Bellinger. And he really think he misread the market. So yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, definitely a good steady state cardio is good. No, nothing new right now. Just Jose Altuve got a 5-year extension from the Astros. For those that haven't heard, 5 years, 125 million. So very cool. Very cool, man. My Stru pet. All right. Welcome. Welcome, Stru pet. Yeah, the news will just kind of filter in each day. Boris is Boris is probably like, what the hell's going on here? You know? If he can, I think at this point they're going to trade for a starter. I think they might be done with the bull. I think they might be done with the bullpen, but we'll see. We will see. As selfish reason not to agree with his clients don't way. Yeah, I mean, he wants to, it's his job to get his clients as much money possible, right? So, because he benefits from it as well. So, but like sometimes players are gonna be like, look, man, I just want to play. Like, get me a deal, please. Like, I don't want to be waiting. So, and especially if he's a pitcher. So, more pitchers wait, the less preparation they're going to be, and less preparation they're going to have, and the worse off that they could potentially be. It's an injury risk if that happens too. So, I would think that these guys would want to get signed sooner than later. So, would I be surprised if one of them signs this week? No, all of them, I doubt. I think a couple of them are going to be into the spring still not signed, which is crazy, but true. You know, Jose Trevino is ready to bounce back. I mean, Stanton, DJ, Rizzo, like there's a lot of bounce back candidates here on the team. Jeffy, good for last 4 years. It's a Neil. Everything gonna be all right. That's right. Neil's bringing the reggae flavor up in here. If a team trades for Shane Bieber and Class A, oh, it'll definitely cost a lot. For both of them, heck yeah. Absolutely. The hips tend to affect the back and the feet. Um, Lack of mobility in the hips, laterally, hip flexors, your glutes. So there's a lot of things that are kind of, it's almost like throwing WD-40 onto your joints and your muscles and your ligaments. So um, and so they all kind of function in congruence with each other. So like, needing to there's nothing more stressful than having, tight IT bands because it's almost like a rusty nail, limits the range of motion. So like, and if you have tight glutes, it can radiate up into your lower back. So if you have tight calves, it can radiate up into your hamstrings and your glutes and up into your lower back. So many things that are important to kind of warm up before you exercise, which is crazy, but it's true. You know, JJ, it's a good question. How many sports writers and content creators? John Heyman sounds like so. Welcome back, Sunil. Long internet outage, man. Welcome back, brother. Welcome back, dude. Yeah, the Dodgers re-signed Creighton Kershaw today. Yep. He gets his physical Thursday, and then they put him immediately on the 60-day IL. So, um, yeah, I mean, if they don't get Shane Bieber, I'm not going to lose my sleep over that. So, yeah, body weight stuff. Yeah, TRX. Yeah, I've got those. The bands. Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, it does suck, Sunil, but I'm glad you're back, dude. Your hip replacement messed up your back. Oh boy, did it make you, Consigliere, did it make you less mobile with the legs and the hips, and then compensating a little bit for the back, and it's putting stress on the back? So it's all good, Cindy. I love it, man. You bring in Marley to the party. It's never a bad thing bringing Bob Marley to the party, Sonia. Never. Mm-mm. Sunil's Caputo stunt double. Yeah. Oh God. Dylan Cease talks are muted. Yeah, because they're not getting the asking price from anybody. No. Low handles. Can't do it. And I hear that, Johnny TV. Lumbar feet. Okay. Let's see. All right. Yeah. I remember my Hapkido instructor. I had the headmaster. He had to get his both of his hips replaced. Mm-hmm. No. Yep. That's a pain in the neck getting that stuff done. Absolute pain in the neck. Yeah, it was too expensive at Dylan C's, Jonathan. You're 100% right. 100% right. Yep. All right. 123 likes. All right. We'll take that. But I will wrap it up, gang. But that's what we have, right? 26 people invited. I put out a video early when the first 5 came out. Then a couple hours later, they announced all the 26 non-roster invitees for spring training. That'll probably get bigger. I don't see Clayton Beater on there. I think he'll get an invite. Um, and some other players too, like guys like Jared Serna and some of them other ones. So, um, and I expect it to be a pretty fruitful spring training, which I'm so much looking forward to talking with you all about it next week. So, and talking about games and what's going on in spring training, going over everything. So, I'm really looking forward to it. But it's probably going to be a pretty busy week this week because we're a week away from pitchers and catchers. So um, I'll keep you updated on stuff. So no matter what happens. So if you're somehow anybody in here is not subscribed to the channel, hit that sub button and hit the like button on the way up, on the way out if you don't mind. It's greatly appreciated. I want to make sure that you get all the information that you need. So, but only 40-man rosters get invites automatically. Yes, they do, Stephen B. These were non-roster invitees today. They got 26 non-roster invitees got invites. So far. It's probably going to be more. But peace and love, all of you. Thanks so much for spending some time with me tonight. Have a great night. Let's do one last check on MLBTradeRumors.com to make sure we don't have any last-minute news here. Jonathan was keeping us in the loop too. No. That's it. Pretty quiet night. We'll see you again. Take care of that back, NFE. Get some heat and can stretch those legs out and those hips too, brother. Have a great night, everybody. Peace and love. Talk to you next time.